So this video will be an urgent one. It will not be a usual video I film. So I wanted to find, because I am preparing myself to tap into Jinn magic again in the future, and I wanted to find text of the Ruqya so I can recite it backwards and call Jinn that way. And if you don't know what Ruqya is, it is Islamic exorcism. And what is my opinion on that? We'll find tonight on this channel. So let's be honest here. There is a lot of Muslim exorcisms online, and I watched those exorcisms really carefully. And there are two types of exorcisms. One is those Muslim priests exorcising Jinn from people, and another is method known as Jinn catching, in which literally some sheikhs and Muslim priests invoke Jinn through the power of Allah into people so that they can obtain certain information, but they bind the Jinn beforehand. And here is the thing: if you bind spirit and you ask spirit for information, spirit will say whatever you want spirit to say, because spirit is bound and he cannot express himself. When you bind spirits and command them to do something, they will indeed do it, if we talk about physical change. But if we talk about information and obtaining information, then there is no point in binding spirits to tell you something, because they will tell you whatever you want to hear just to be free of the bondage. That's why when Aleister Crowley bound Coranzon, or tried to bind Coranzon in the desert, Coranzon told him gibberish. You cannot bind spirits forcefully and accept and expect from them to give you their secrets, their true secrets and their true knowledge and wisdom. They will simply kinda tell you whatever you need to hear and go away. That's why magicians who bind spirits don't have the best information out there on those spirits, while people who work with spirits freely have much more elaborate gnosis on them, because spirits are free to express to us information about their knowledge and gnosis and origins, but they are not free to express themselves in front of the people who bind them. So the reason why, when you watch all of those exorcisms, Muslim or Christians, you will usually find really weak jinns or really weak demons in those possessed people, if you examine those cases. That's the first thing I noticed. I watched a bunch of those exorcisms in previous 2 days, and in every single case, the spirit who was possessing the individual was extremely weak. It was the type of the spirit you could, banish really easily with a classical spell, Here is the thing. I watched all of those exorcisms, and I am watching them for quite some time. And what I noticed is that there is no valuable information for the black magician to obtain by watching those videos. The only valuable information I obtained there is that you cannot bind spirits and expect from them to give you true knowledge you desire, because they will simply tell you whatever you want to hear and leave then. So this is a warning for black magicians and occultists to not watch exorcism videos on the internet to obtain gnosis and knowledge, because there is no knowledge there. That's why you will hear legit jinns from legit possessed people talking to the Muslim priests about Illuminati conspiracy theories. Reason is really simple. Once you bind the spirit and torture the spirit, just like every tortured, bound individual, he will say whatever he needs to say for the torture to stop. Information they obtain from the jinn is equally true like information inquisitors obtained from the witches or women accused of witchcraft. There are some information you can obtain truthfully in this manner, like the name of the spirit or superior of the spirit. But information you obtain through exorcism or binding the spirit is really unreliable. Because, as I said previously, when you torture spirit and then asking questions, what spirit will do is he will tell you whatever he can just to get away. And since spirits are much better in lying than humans, they will definitely trick a lot of the exorcists and give them bullshit information. That's why you'll see a bunch of Muslim priests being deluded into Illuminati conspiracy theories by the jinns. I, as a sorcerer, know that those Illuminati conspiracy theories are not true, because I work with a lot of the spirits and they kinda show me a higher picture. And yeah, I just wanted to tell you how those videos are not a reliable source. Now, there is another thing you need to know. There is a big misconception out here. And that big misconception is that all religious teachings which are not Islam are of Iblis, or all religious teachings which are not Christianity are of Satan. Those are really big misconceptions. There is much more spirits than Satan or Iblis in the world. There are many more spirits than those two. And really, Iblis has many more enemies than just the Muslim religion. There are also jinn who are not Iblis, and jinn who doesn't serve Iblis. And there are powerful jinn who are much older than Iblis himself. Now, we need to understand when we talk about the jinns that jinns are not monolithic race. There are many races of jinns, many kingdoms of the jinns, many jinnic hierarchies and leaderships. And Iblis is simply one of the more powerful jinn. But there are many other powerful jinn, and Iblis definitely isn't in command of all of the jinn. And not all of the jinn who serve Iblis are opposed to Abrahamic divinity. And not all of the jinn who doesn't serve Iblis are somehow slaves of Abrahamic divinity. Jinn are too numerous and too huge of a race to be classified in a pitiful human manner. The same can be said for demons. There are demons who serve Satan, there are demons who doesn't serve Satan, there are demons with no allegiances, there are wandering demons, demons who serve Abrahamic divinity, it's not as simple as you claimed it is. So there is one thing I need to say publicly to my audience, and that's that I do not work with jinns anymore for now. And don't ask me for a time for jinn-related services. I practice right now mysteries of other pantheons. I practice the mysteries of Slavic pantheon, and I practice the mysteries of Qliphoth. I am right now not interested in working with Iblis, and don't ask me about jinns for now, okay? I will teach some of the jinn magic to my students, if I have students. Honestly, I am disappointed in this community, and I will kinda go private for a while, so don't message me a lot too, and don't bother me. There is also another thing I need to say about the jinn, because this video is kinda ramble about the jinn. I started with exorcisms of jinns I saw on YouTube, but I also need to talk about something else to make this video a little bit longer. Jinns are much more diverse than we expect, and not all spirits we find on the astral are jinns. Many spirits we find on the astral are not jinn. They are of completely different makeup and of completely different character than jinns. But jinns are indeed really numerous race in the spiritual planes, and one of the most powerful races. Now there are 3 big races of the jinn: Ifrits, Marids, and Ghouls. Each of the great races will in the future, once I start working with the jinns again, have its own dedicated video. But to keep things short, there is one elder jinn from which all jinns originated and originate. He is still alive. His name is John, father of the jinn. And from John originated all of the jinn who we know today. He is the father of the jinnic race. What isn't known is that John had 3 major sons, which founded 3 big races of the jinn. I am not allowed to say the names of the elders, the names of the jinnic elders, but 3 great races have 3 great jinnic elders. Each of those elders is many more times powerful than Iblis. And I really see no point in work with Shaitanic jinn, which is almost exclusively focused on Iblis. Iblis is strong, but he is not the strongest of the jinn, and there are many jinn who are more powerful than him. Even the Sufi and other Muslim literature and the Hadith say that Iblis indeed is not one of the first jinns. There were many jinnic wars waged before Iblis was even born. There was a great jinnic rebellion against the celestial forces, led by one of the ancestors of Iblis. By the descent from that ancestor, Iblis gained the prestige necessary to attract a lot of the jinnic followers later on. That ancestor of Iblis is still alive, and he is the most powerful revolted jinn in existence. But he kinda concealed himself, concealed himself to the bottom of the sea, to live in semi-isolation with his remaining descendants who remained loyal to him. I won't name him, because he forbid me to name him. He forbid me to utter his name. But I have an invitation to all of the Jinnic sorcerers. I am leaving Jinn magic for now. But I have request for you, fellow Jinnic magicians, fellow practitioners of Sihr. Do not focus on Iblis only. There are many, many more powerful spirits who are Jinnic in nature. And try to go beyond Iblis. Try to conjure his ancestors, the elders of the first Jinnic race which revolted, the elders of the Marites. Thanks for watching. Call them in their habitat from the bottom of the sea and try to obtain their secrets.